Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, everybody. My apologies, first off, for the late show. I definitely apologize. This is about 30 minutes off. So my apologies for that. But we're going to explore Black women's stand in these toxic situations and participating in it, contributing to it, being part and parcel of all of it, and then at some point wanting to cry foul about it. Now, I don't know a whole lot. And thank you, Heal You, for starting off the contributions. I don't know a whole lot about BlueFace or his on again, off again situationship with Chrisean. Hopefully I don't butcher her name. Rock. This is a chick that is obviously toxically obsessed with BlueFace. She follows him around. She's a constant distraction. She's always on social media, being ratchet, fighting, makeup, breakup. 1 minute she don't like him and he doing this and he doing that to her. Next minute she in love with him. She can't get enough of him. Thank you, Norrin. And even though this is a particular couple that I'm going to read an article about, a lot of y'all listening to me, particularly the women, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Because even though we can sit here and say, well, it's toxic, and it is toxic. It is. But the point that we can't get past is that just like Chrisean, y'all are there. She ain't left yet. She's not gone. She ain't gave him the deuces and said, you know what? I'm out of here. You know, I'm better than this. I can do better than this. I don't need to be in this relationship. The part that never really gets said by a lot of women is that I'm in a relationship because I'm broken. I'm in this situation because I'm dysfunctional. I got a lot of daddy issues. I might even have mommy issues. I got some kind of issues that are big enough and they are overtaking my life. I have not handled them. I have not dealt at all or ineffectively with my issues, my trauma. Thank you, Jeffrey said Crazy and Deranged from Martin TV show. Yeah. I haven't dealt with anything. So the way that I'm quote unquote dealing with it is that I'm toxic in all of these relationships. I bring the chaos and the toxicity with me. And I find men who are broken in their own way, dysfunctional in their own ways, and I bring that toxicity to them. I expect them to fix it for me, and when they can't fix it either, I'm mad at them. Yet, I'm still here. 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and I'm still here. At some point, you're gonna have to look into the mirror and ask yourself why. And the answer can't not include you. The answer cannot completely be, oh, well, the other person, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, he, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, if he hadn't, blah, blah, blah. And the kicker box is that part of the conversation may have some weight to it. But what we can't walk past is you. Now, I'm going to read this article. I'm trying to figure out if I want to share this screen or not, because y'all can't really read what I be reading anyway. So, because y'all can't really see it, even when I blow it up. So I'm just going to blow it up for myself and then, oh. Footage surfaces of BlueFace fighting. You know what? I might share it anyways, just so you guys can see the video, because I'm going to show can you guys see? Hopefully you guys can see this. I want to make sure you can see it. Okay. I think you guys can see it. All right. Footage surfaces of BlueFace fighting girlfriend Chrisean Rock. Footage of rapper BlueFace getting into a fight with his girlfriend Chrisean Rock surfaced online. The clip begins with BlueFace breaking free from Rock before attempting to walk away as Rock continues to follow him down the street. Shortly after, Rock takes hold of BlueFace's shirt and strikes him before BlueFace returns a blow, and they both fall to the ground. BlueFace then straddles Rock and demands her to calm down. The rapper gets off of Rock thereafter and attempts to walk away again. So here we have, and I'm going to show the video. For a moment, I want to come back to you guys, though, because here we have, just in the little bit that I've read, we've already uncovered the fact that she's following him and she's putting her hands on him. She's following him and she's putting her hands on him. Later, we're going to uncover why this was an issue to begin with. So let me go back. Let me share the screen. Okay. Rapper gets off of Rock thereafter and attempts to walk away again. Rock continues to follow and taunt him as bystanders look on. The two then exchange punches in a brief scuffle before what appears to be a security guard intervenes and separates the two. Now, I'm going to try to play this. It's about 3 minutes, maybe even close to 4. But I want you to see how this girl antagonizes this boy.
What? I know, bro. You alright, dude? Bro, that's not good, bro. Damn, dude. Bro.
Let me go.
Damn, bro.
Keep following me.
Damn. Welcome to Hollywood. Just take it easy. Oh, shit. That was bad.
Now I'm gonna pause this. Put a 1 in the chat if this is enough. Put a 2 in the chat if you want me to finish this video. One in the chat if you had enough. 2 if you want me to finish. Most of y'all said y'all had enough. Seem kind of split. Okay. We'll go a little bit longer. I'm not going to play the full clip then, because it seemed kind of split. Okay.
Well, that was bad. That was bad. Damn, dude. Damn, yo. Damn. Yo, you guys just dropped the phone? You just dropped the phone? Yo, you just dropped the phone? Yo, why are you hitting that man? Yo, he's not doing nothing to you. Why are you hitting that man?
Okay, so I've shared about half of it. We're going to continue the article. BlueFace later posted. Now we're going to get into why she's fighting him. BlueFace later posted a video on social media with a bruised eye and a recap of the events that took place. The rapper claimed that by looking through Rock's phone, he discovered that she had sex with a CO, a correctional officer in New Orleans. Rock, who was arrested in New Orleans for a bench warrant, can be heard denying this claim in the background. Okay? This is on another video. Y'all shut the F up. Y'all don't know this 304, he says to his naysayers in the clip. I'm only airing her out because y'all think she a solid B. The clip ends with little resolution for the couple. There is no word at this time about whether charges will be filed for the fight. I'm going to stop sharing. Let me come back to y'all. Now, everybody knows, including Chrisean, about BlueFace's sexual history. He has not made any attempt to cover it up or lie about it or be secretive about it or act like he don't do what he do. Okay? He's very open about the fact that he has been with more than, I think, 1,000 women, so he says. And he doesn't have any plans on not doing that. He's going to do what he wants to do, these sorts of things. So he has not made any, like, he's not making excuses or anything. He's not apologizing for it either, about what he do. Right? From what I understand, though, Chrisean presents herself to the world through social media as a woman that is completely down for BlueFace. She's completely dedicated. She is in love with him. She is down for him. She ride with him. You know, it ain't nothing he can do, and they gonna be in a, you know, this relationship and this, that, and a third. And, you know, she just this ride or die chick that's just gonna be down for every time. You know, whatever he do, she right there because she solid, because blah, blah, blah. Now, the reason why he's saying, you know what, I'm going to expose her because y'all be coming for me like I'm doing her wrong and she's so solid, why do I do her like that? When in the reality is this chick is dirty. This chick just about as dirty as I am. Maybe her body count ain't quite as high, but she's certainly not this dedicated wife type chick that I'm just doing wrong, like she liked to portray to the rest of the world. And when he went through her phone to find this information out, and then posted it, that's where the fight coming from. He didn't start hitting her. She started hitting him. She started that fight. She's fighting him because she don't want her dirty laundry to be exposed to the world, because what that does is that removes the veil of innocence from her. Oh, she's just this chick, you know what I'm saying, that's caught up with this guy that's doing her dirty and he cheat on her. First of all, he's not cheating on her. It's number one. Because she's not really in a relationship with BlueFace. She's just hanging around BlueFace because she's dysfunctional and she's clingy. She looked real jealous, real obsessive. And she tells the world, oh, we're together and I'm his girl. But has he ever really said that? Has he said that? Listen, I'm gonna talk to the ladies for a minute. Because y'all get into these situationships. I'm not even going to call it a relationship. Y'all get into and y'all stay in and y'all participate with and y'all contribute to the toxicity. You fight. You fight. You fight with your hands. You fight with your words. You fight with your energy. You fight. You engage in any number of dysfunctional sets of behavior. Many of you have had some type of little trauma or whatever you going through. And instead of taking the time out to go ahead and address that in a healthy way through some type of counseling, through some type of something where you're not coming around somebody else and engaging in toxic behavior alongside them, and then pointing the finger to say, this person is doing stuff to me and I'm not participating in it. I don't contribute to it at all. They just do stuff to me. And I'm a victim. But you know what? After a certain time period, after a certain amount of incidents, are you a victim or are you a volunteer? Are you a victim or are you a volunteer? Because what the other person might be doing may be wrong, but you're there to deal with it. You're there taking it on. And you're there, whether you want to admit it or not, contributing to it willingly. You are a willing participant in the dysfunction. Because you cannot tell me that there's nothing that you do that contribute to none of this. Then you want, when you get tired, you want to remove yourself from the situation and then talk about you gonna find your worth. You're gonna remove yourself and then give yourself a lot of excuses as to why you were volunteering to be in a so-called abusive or so-called toxic relationship with a guy. Because the question becomes, if he's so toxic, why do you want him? If he's doing X, Y, and Z to you, and he dragging you through the mud, and he taking you through the ringer, and he's doing this and he's doing that, why are you there? What's got you coming back? And don't tell me that you only are coming back because you just dumb, and you just naive, and you just didn't know better, and you just didn't have, a million excuses. Because at some point you volunteer for it. Because you're overlooking every single red flag that present itself. And you're going past it. So now the question had to be asked, why do you go past these so-called red flags? Could it be that you are a red flag? Could it be you're a red flag? You're waving a red flag. So you can't see his red flag because you so busy waving yours. The problem with this situation is that regardless of the fact that she's the one starting the fight, she'll be able to use the environment to turn the tables on him because he, quote unquote, ain't supposed to hit her no matter what's going on. But I'm getting real tired of you chicks staying for X amount of time in so-called toxic relationships that's supposedly all his fault, and you were the innocent damsel that just didn't know any better, which is why you stayed through whatever. Y'all will have kids in the situation. The situation was already stupid, and y'all will pop up pregnant in the middle of it. That's more chaos. That's nothing more than chaos. It is also an attempt to control and manipulate the situation emotionally. I'm going to have this baby. I'm still going to push buttons. I'm still going to trigger. I'm still going to do all of this stuff. But I'm going to have this baby. And I'm going to see if I can use the fact that I'm pregnant or the fact that I have a child or whatever the case may be in order to manipulate him into making certain moves or making certain decisions. All while I sit back and even try to do the whole thing where he got me pregnant. You got yourself pregnant. What do I mean by that? You allowed it. You're the one that have access to your womb, that allow access to your womb, and environmentally, you have all the reproductive rights. So you can't just cry foul when you're tired, when you done causing all the chaos you can cause. When you've run out of chaos to implement and it's just done got boring to you now, it's not as exciting. You know, it ain't doing this no more. You know, the fights are escalating because you used to get a rise and you used to get something out of just the argument. Then that became not good enough. So it went from maybe you had a legit reason to be dissatisfied. Then you started finding reasons to be dissatisfied. Then you started making reasons up to be dissatisfied. And instead of exiting the situation and saying, you know what, this, you know, I can't. And instead of going down the rabbit hole and continuing to engage and engage and engage over and over and over again, you know, you just say, you know, no, you know, I'm not gonna, these are too many red flags. And maybe it's something going on with me that I attracted such a man. Maybe something happening with me and my energy and the way I'm presenting that makes this type of energy, I'm attracting that. She not in love with BlueFace. Let's get that straight. Chrisean can say what she want to say. She don't love him. That is not love. Thank you again, Norrin. That is not love. Love does not exist in that toxicity. Love don't exist in that because it's demon time. And as long as you're on demon time, you're not going to be able to receive love nor give it. Because if she was so down and she was such a better person and she was such a better woman, why is he so distant with her? Why do he play her off to the left like, nah, see, y'all are not seeing what I'm seeing? It's a reason why I don't really claim her. It's a reason why she can't lock me down. It's a reason why I'm not treating her any better than what y'all quote unquote see. That's because she don't deserve no better treatment from me. I'm treating her how she presented herself. She presented herself as a chaotic, toxic, obsessive, abusive chick. And she get what she got coming from me. I'm sure he wouldn't lose no sleep. If she was to be like, I'm out of here, BlueFace, I'm pretty sure he'd be like, good. I was waiting on you to figure out that you should leave. Because I done told you I don't want you. I've showed you that you need to get out of my face, but you won't go. See, a lot of times these men tell you by one way or another what it's about. But when you're the toxic one, when you're the dysfunctional one, you overlook all of that. Everything become his fault. You a victim, not a volunteer. But you volunteer for this type of stuff. Then you get on the internet, you get on your platforms, and you cry. You get on your platforms and you complain. You get on these panels, you get on your IG, you get on your Twitter, And then you call yourself trying to expose a guy for being toxic, and then don't want nobody to ask you no questions about, well, what led up to the situation? Why is this even happening? Are you victim blaming? Am I? Are we? Notice how nobody jumped in to save Chrisean. Nobody jumped in. As well, they shouldn't have. I wouldn't have jumped in either. Had I been a dude, I wouldn't have did nothing. Because those days are over where men just jump in. You know what? I'm past the commercial break. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Thank you for joining the A-Game Zoom meeting. Juan, start us off with your financial projections. Wait, does he even know he's live?
Why are his pants so tight?
Oh, you just got the... Is he pop locking?
He does have moves. Go on.
Or the breakdance?
Ooh, I hope he doesn't split his tight pants.
Oh, go one. Go, eat the birthday. Go one, eat the birthday.
You better clap yourself, that's work. In there dancing around like we crazy.
Okay, that was pretty good. Now that Juan has given us his unauthorized dance routine, does anyone else have a dance routine they want to do? Okay, well, let's get back to showing the world why A-Game is the #1 herbal solution in the world. However, I kind of want to know why his pants were so tight too. But let's get back to being on our A-Game.
And I owe y'all something. Bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta So I owe y'all that. Okay. Like I said before we went to commercial, nobody jumped in. I'm glad nobody jumped in. First of all, that chick, she looked, she looked like she lift. That's #1. She looking about like she lift. So she ain't no, you know what I mean? No weak little, I'm getting smacked up in the street. She was following him like, come on with them hands. I got hands, we gonna see what you got. And he didn't even really give her what he could have gave her. I'm pretty sure because he's male, he could have gave her a nice little right cross and had her sprawled out on the concrete. And she'll wake up later trying to figure out what happened and where she at. So he didn't even do that. He didn't even do that. This is where we get the narratives from with black women about, well, my last relationship was toxic. My last relationship was abusive. And then she don't want nobody to ask her the details of that. She wants you to just take that at face value. Oh, well, he was abusive. But in what way? First of all, in what way? Second of all, if we're gonna say he was physically abusive, were you fighting? Because see, there's a difference between domestic abuse and violence, like one-sided, and then there's what they call it. I always forget. Interpersonal, intimate partner violence. That's where y'all are fighting each other. It's not one-sided. She start the fight, he finish it. He start the fight, she finish it. They get into a heated argument, she the first one to throw something. Or she the first one to jump in his face. Or she the first one to smack him across his face. Or she the first one to spit at him. Or she the first one to, the list goes on and on and on. But she's the one that does it. So you really got to start asking. But then these types of things come out in the open so that we can really witness what actually happens. Oh, you know, the last relationship was toxic. That's a real blanketed statement. The last relationship was toxic. Who was toxic in it? Who was the one that brought the toxicity to it? Because if you can't never say, you know what, I'm doing the most in this interaction. I'm the one that I call his mama, or I call his sister, or I call his friends, and then I tell them one side of a story and then get them riled up, and then either we go at it or they call him or whatever. It's a lot of layers. But all the layers are dysfunctional. All the layers are toxic. And we are to assume that because the layers are toxic, that they don't belong to her. That she didn't throw nothing in that pool. Nothing. She threw light and positivity and unicorn farts into the mix. And all he had was, you know, snips and snails and puppy dog tails to throw into the mix. Which is really kind of morbid when you think about it. Because how did you get a puppy dog tail? Just the tail. But anyway. Chrisean is always online. She always online doing something ratchet. And 1 minute she in love, and the next minute she can't stand that boy. And ain't nobody stupid. There is no love in that, none. No love in that. That's narcissistic behavior, actually. You wonder why a lot of these women know so much about narcs. That's because they be one. They be narcissistic. They be projecting off that stuff to every dude that they meet and that they interact with and that they have these so-called relationships with. You know, the last one I was with, you know, he was a narcissist. How you know? Are you a therapist? Did you diagnose him? Like, how you know? How you know what he is? You need to be diagnosed. Because there's a bunch of y'all running around here with mental problems. Behavioral issues. You bipolar. You narcissistic. You got borderline personality disorder. Some of you diagnosed, some of you not. You know you got problems that you refuse to address. You know you got issues that you don't look at. And it's easier to say that the other person is doing something to you and that they're putting you through things rather than say, they're not putting me through things. Either we putting each other through stuff or I'm putting them through stuff and they're reacting to me. And then since nobody saw me throw a rock and hide my hand, now everybody's looking at the reaction of the other person and saying, well, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that reaction. Thank you, Paris and Auntie Crimson. I like my fish fried soft. And thank you. Thank you for the contributions. I really appreciate them. So you got all kind of issues. Some you recognize, most you don't. And when you do talk about your issues, when you do recognize your issues, you don't have no accountability to it. Now, maybe you did go through some childhood trauma, but you are 25, 26, 36, 46, and you ain't addressed them yet. So now whose fault is it? It might not have been your fault that you accumulated the problem, but it is your fault that you're not addressing it. That's your fault. That's your fault. Oh, well, you know, such and such happened to me when I was young. Okay, we can receive that. But you're about 15 or 25 years removed from the trauma. At what point did you address it? Thank you, Donald, and thank you, Stephen. And it's too many women that are getting around men, whether you want to say the men are quality or they not quality or whatever it is, because I'm going to tell you why BlueFace treat her like he do. Because he knows that she's not quality. And the reason he knows that she's not no quality is because he know who he is. And he knows that any woman that really got herself together, that ain't coming around with daddy issues and mommy issues and this, that, and third, would never deal with me. They would never deal with me. They would never deal with me. And I know that. So the fact that this chick is so quote unquote invested in being around me, I know she's crap. I know she's crap. I'm a whole F-19 out here in these streets, and I'm not even hiding it. I'm not even out here trying to act like I'm something I'm not. That's the kicker. Thank you, Celine said. Sam Vaknin has great narcissism videos. He's charmed. That's the kicker box. I'm not nowhere trying to perpetrate a fraud like I'm not who I am. I am an unpainted, unrepaired F-19, and you can see where he got it from because all you gotta look at is his hyena mom. His mother is a hyena. Full-fledged. She's way too involved with his sexual life in an unhealthy way. Almost like she want to be his woman. I'm talking about that kind of unhealthy. So you know where he got it from. He got all of that craziness from her. So this is why he's accustomed to the super chaotic, super dysfunctional, hyena and her ways. Because his mama won. He used to that level of chaos. He knows that it's like, look, I be out here in these streets. I'm doing whatever. And this chick wanna be around me, quote unquote. She loved me, quote unquote. It's gas. This gaslighting. That's why he did what he did. That's why he aired her out. Because he's like, look, this is a trash chick, y'all. She's trash. She trash. She got y'all fooled. Like she ain't trash. Like she just, you know what I'm saying, she ain't down for me. She ain't down for me. She in the street too. That's where she found me at. That's why she found me. Because she a gutter snipe. That's the other part of the conversation that the women don't want to have. You finding all these trash dudes because you're in the trash. You're dumpster diving. So stop trying to, well, these dudes is all dusty. Why you over there with the dusty dude? Because you dusty. Because don't no woman of no value dumpster dive for no man. She's not constantly in the gutter and the trash finding these trash dudes because she don't even live her life over there. She don't even live her life over there. She don't go over there. Why she study attracting dudes that ain't nothing? Dudes that's got dysfunction. Dudes that's quote unquote toxic. Dudes that's quote unquote abusive. And he controlling. And he this. And he broke. And he and he cheat. And he do all of this stuff all the time. Every dude. And you didn't have nothing to do with that? It's cap. It's 100% cap. You where you want to be because that's where you are. If he's trash and you over there with him, guess what it make you? That's the uncomfortable conversation. That's what it make you. Because no woman that's about this life can always attract men that's about this life. Every man, everybody doing you wrong. Everybody but you. It's everybody but you. That don't even make sense. That doesn't even make logical sense. She got mad and started fighting because he blew her cover. He blew her cover. But what she don't understand is that people that's not thinking like that, not in in that world like that, or don't have that same perception, already knew she never had a cover with them. They already knew, oh, you trash. Oh, you with that dude? Say a lot about you. it say more about you than it do about him. Because you there. And you want to be there. Despite every opportunity for you not to be. Nobody's got a gun to that girl head. Nobody. She's not being made or forced to argue with him and fight with him and go back and forth. And 1 minute they cool and the next minute they ain't. Nobody got no gun in her head. This is a free country. She's free to move on. I'm pretty sure he's not holding her captive. I'm pretty sure he's not holding her. He's not holding her hostage. She can go. She gonna bring this same time. If he decides that, you know what, I don't care what you do, I don't care what you say, I'm not going to deal with you no more. Like at all. Like you got to get away from me. Like you can't come around. I'm not going to do nothing. Like we can't, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, 39 Dina. Like we not going to do nothing. She going to have them same problems with another dude. She going to be fighting him in the street. She going to be quote unquote in love with him. She going to be quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, down and riding with him. She gonna get a tattoo of the next dude, I guess on the other tooth. It's gonna be the same story because she the same person. And all these chicks that keep getting to these same types of relationships, that's because you the same person. You. You keeping that same energy from situationship to situationship. You ain't healed nothing. You ain't figured nothing out. You ain't made no adjustment. You ain't made no change. You ain't corrected. You ain't did nothing. You have not lifted one finger to say, wait a minute. Let me back up. Let me stop. Let me stop. I'm going to stop. Because it's something going on. It's not the last 5 dudes I've been with. Because I'm the common denominator out of all of them. Do I got the same mouth for every dude? I find fault with every dude. Every dude is doing me dirty. Every dude cheating. Every dude talk to me crazy. Every dude abusive. Every dude is a narc. Every dude try to control me. Or am I running into dudes that even though they may not be perfect, they're trying to bring what they understand of order to me, and I don't like it. So when I don't like it, when it's too much order, I got to get out of there. And in order to justify me leaving a situation that might actually have been good for me had I took my head out of my butt, I got to say it was toxic, and I got to say it was controlling, and I got to say it was abusive. I got to say that because I need a justification. That's all I got for you today. I'd like to draw everybody's attention to the Black Lives Matter petition that we have. The link for that petition is in the description box. It is also in the chat. And the reason why we have this petition is because we as a community have a responsibility to hold Black Lives Matter organization responsible and accountable for their abuse of the collective of the Black community in America, because they perpetrated themselves as an organization that was going to be for the betterment, to stand for justice for Black people, due to specifically the police brutality perpetrated against Black men in the community, them being killed and shot unarmed and unjustly. But what they did was that they changed the entire mission statement around, not to include Black men, to really utilize the numerous deaths of these men to make money that they were supposed to be giving to the victims of families, and you know what I'm saying, these sorts of things. But instead of doing that, they changed the mission statement. There are no heterosexual, strong Black male figures in the leadership of Black Lives Matter or organization built on the backs of their deaths. All of that is wrong. It's 100% wrong. So we as a community have to hold them accountable. And one of the ways in which we're doing so is by launching this petition and getting lots of signatures to it so that it can become a force that Black Lives Matter has to recognize. So I would appreciate so greatly if we were to sign, to share, and to contribute to the petition as well. Today's show was brought to you by A Game. To become part of the A Game family, all you gotta do is click the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com, and please do not forget to get your 10% discount using the code Kendra10. This is the step that you need as a man to really start getting on your health journey, to either maintain that health journey or to begin. And this is a natural way to do it. There's only 21 herbs within it, no artificial ingredients or anything like that. Very potent stuff. You only take it once every 72 hours and with a lot of water so that you can get those herbs active in your system as quickly as possible. All right, so I want to thank everyone for coming through, for their very generous contributions. Thank you, Clay, through Super Chat, through Cash App, and through PayPal. And last but not least, I want to thank my support team for always coming through and always helping me to bring this wonderful content to you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.